What up, Pittsburgh Steelers fans? Matty P, Shannon White here with another episode of the Steelers Global Perspective. We are rolling out the content for you this weekend. Shannon, we were doing a video on Najee Harris, which came out yesterday, the day before, depending on which future Matt chose to put that out, as we did this pre-record. We're all in all sorts of time zones. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm in the future. But, who knows? We're looking at the, the Marvel multiverse or whatever, depending on
that
stuff. Anyway, you raised Justin Simmons. And I've seen Justin Simmons being raised by different people in the Steelers community. There's a former colleague of ours when we were back at Steel Curtain Network who's no longer there as well. He's been very vocal about it on Twitter.
Yes.
Justin Simmons. Am I going to sit here and just say that Justin Simmons is not a good player? Absolutely freaking not. He's a gun player. But I must admit that I don't understand the hype or the argument for bringing Justin Simmons into the Steelers roster. And people are going to call me crazy on that. But my rationale at a high level is that Justin Simmons is more of a free safety type. He's very much more of a Minka type. And again, I want Minka doing Minka things. Unless you play a left and right safety, which the Bengals tried to do before Bates, with Jesse Bates and Daxton Hill. Didn't quite work for them, / they didn't want to keep paying Bates, which I thought was ludicrous. Because I think Bates is better than Simmons. The Steelers play a 3-4, and the way they play their sub package, you and I have been livid, I think is a fair way to put it. At least I was livid last year with no strong safety. I'm also like, why the heck do you keep playing Minka out of position? With all those things in mind, do not get me wrong. Having Justin Simmons on the roster to be able to use him in any which way you want and to be able to keep floating Minka around, I totally get it. To me, it's a bit like a Madden move where it's just like you just getting all these all-stars and doing it. But I'm really open to how different people think about it. It's just I've not sat there when I can reconcile, and I know we've got a cornerback video coming out over the weekend as well, which may or may not have come out by the time we talk about this. But I know you think about D-line as well. I'm not sure investing in this is the easiest way, I guess, to say it is I feel like Justin Simmons is a luxury pickup for the Steelers, and I don't think they can afford that luxury right now. But I want to get your thoughts on it as well, because, maybe I'm thinking about this too narrow-mindedly.
For me, it is definitely a luxury pickup. The Steelers could go two routes here. If you get Justin Simmons, he's kind of Minka Fitzpatrick's clone.
Yeah.
In that you could utilize them in disguise what your plans are pre-snap, because they're both solid run supporters. They're both excellent in coverage. Again, it would be like you said, the Bengals tried to have, basically a tandem of guys that could do the same thing, and it didn't work. But I think Minka, at his level as a veteran, and Simmons as well, it would work. I think that because you also got Deshaun Elliott, who can drop in the box. He can cover, slot some. You could rotate these guys. When we talk about the three safety looks, you would have three guys that are bigger, stronger, and faster to play. And one of them, if they do have to drop in the box and be a pseudo box linebacker safety, they can do it effectively. I just don't want to see like what we seen last year. And Minka's playing strong safety more than he is free safety. And they're having to rely on Kazee deep because he is a good deep cover guy. Yeah. But you're wasting Minka's big play ability. He had no interceptions. That's hard for me to fathom. One of the biggest surprises last year that he had no turnovers. That just, it's mind-boggling. But if they don't sign a guy like Justin Simmons, and it's going to be a 1 or 2 year rental, because you're trying to catch lightning in a bottle. You're wanting to do something special that nobody else is doing that would be unique and take that Steelers defense over the top. Like I said, if they would have drafted Quinyon Mitchell in the first round, I said they could have had, that shutdown corners. But this would be another way to strengthen the back end of the defense. The other option is to go much cheaper and sign, say, Terrell Edmonds.
Correct.
Because he has experience with Minka. He knows the culture. He knows it's a perfect marriage if he come back.
Yeah.
And there's been some, cryptic tweets saying that maybe there's some interest there. I would love that because I'm a big Terrell Edmonds fan.
You are, yeah.
In the black and gold. So I still think they're not done at safety. And I still think there's options, even if that means you let Kazee walk. But if you can bring back Edmonds or you sign Justin Simmons, I think because you can always bring back Eric Rowe.
Well,
Eric Rowe was a strong addition at the end of last season, and he's your perfect backup because he's got position flexibility plus massive experience. So, Kazee could be in trouble.
Well, and there's a few safeties. I just pulled it up. Like Marcus May's available. Tracy Walker. All those guys are older, but Tracy Walker's available. Micah Hyde, who I think is probably done, is available. Quandre Diggs from the Seahawks is available. Eddie Jackson, someone I quite like, he's available as well. And Eddie Jackson probably costs you a little bit less than Simmons. So I like said, I like the idea in the rotation. I think Kazee is very small for a three rotation safety. It was just something that interests me, and I wonder, and I just wonder whether, if we had the extra wide receiver or we had the extra cornerback, and I felt like we were literally one piece away, or this piece would cover up another hole, I'd be cheering it on until the cows come home. But I guess I don't know. I'm just a little bit cold on it. It's funny, but I understand the rationale, and I think we're aligned on it as well. That is an
like you
interesting
said,
one.
It's totally a luxury thing.
Yeah,
it's really because of the uniqueness of what I think that they could do on that back end of the defense. I think it could be worth considering if you have the defensive creativity. If they had Flores, still had Brian Flores, I'd be like, oh yeah. I questioned whether Austin would have that creativity to fully capitalize on that if you had two guys of that caliber, Fitzpatrick and Simmons, back there.
I completely agree. Well, that's going to wrap up this quick episode of Steelers Global Perspective. But let us know in the comments, what do you think about Justin Simmons and bringing Justin Simmons to the Pittsburgh Steelers? I'm Matty P, as always. Go Steelers.